This is Lee with 82 Game and 12 here on YouTube channel Sons of Liberty 75. We have another video of our Glory and Empire versus Victories, Wellington versus Napoleon, Lock and Load Publishing. Game designed by Terry Dougherty. We are refighting the Vimeiro battle. Scenario 4, which is titled Your Plan, My Plan. Basically, the French can make up their own plan on how they want to attack. We are in the 12 o'clock turn, the noon turn, and I've got a question about where to place a replacement leader when they come back onto the map. Now, in the rules, okay, it says the leader's units will be out of command for at least one full turn. However, it says place the leader on the turn record track on the turn following the current turn. Well, the current turn was 1140, but it was the latter half of that turn. And in order for those units to be without a leader for a full turn, the leader wouldn't be replaced or returned until 1220. So that's where I placed him. There's kind of some ambiguity there about whether or not it's the next turn or the turn after that. It does say they have to be at least one full turn. Well, so that's what I've done. And that's the British 2nd Brigade, Ferguson, who was a casualty in a cavalry charge that occurred in the last video. So we're going to get started here. A few books that I recommend. We've got Wellington's Army, Sir Charles Oman. He's known for his Peninsula War books, research, and so forth. And that covers Wellington's army during the Peninsula War. And then we have Redcoat, the British Soldier in the Age of Horse and Musket by Richard Holmes. And got a little bit of a push there by Bernard Cornwall, the creator of the Sharp character. And one that I highly recommend is David Gates' The Spanish Ulcer, History of the Peninsula War. This is a book that if you have a interest in the Peninsula War, then you need to have this book. And personally, this is my favorite topic of the Napoleonic War, is the Peninsula War. I'm just fascinated by it. And there's been a shortage of games covering the battles. There's a few here and there, but the European battles are the ones that have been covered predominantly. And of course, that's because you have Napoleon involved in those. So, but I think it's really fascinating to read and discover how the British fought against the French. And of course, the other aspect is how the Spanish and the Portuguese also fought. And one of the main differences that you had in this section, of the Napoleonic Wars was the fact that the populace fought back. They did not accept their status as being conquered, but fought back brutally. And so you have the guerrilla warfare that takes place. And those people should be commended for their fight for their independence, not willing to just be subjugated and then forced to be led by a foreign dictator, which turned out to be Napoleon's brother, Joseph. All right, so the 12 noon turn, 12 o'clock turn, begins. I really like the charts and the player aids that come with this game. You really don't have to really flip through the rule book that often because there's so much information on the charts and the player aids. And the way that it's presented, it's easy to find things. And the rule book is really, in my opinion, a very well laid out and organized rule book. You know, I only have a couple of things that I kind of harp on concerning this game. I really love this mechanics and the design, the way it looks, the counters, the maps. It's just a all-around great game. And I've already harped on the things that kind of bother me a little bit, but you know, that you're going to come across that with pretty much any game. You're not going to have a perfect game. It's just not going to happen. There's going to be something that you're unhappy with, whatever it may be. But there's very little in this system or the game itself. So we can just follow along here with this player aid. And we have weather, which we don't have to check in this, of course, this scenario, but of course, even these battles. We go to command segment, which is performed by both players. We have the initiative phase. So let's roll a die and for each side, and all right, we got a 4 and a 3. So, with the CIM chart, we find out Huno gets +2, and Wellington, or Wellesley gets 3, +3. So, we're going to have 6 and 6. So we have a tie. Let's see what happens when we have a tie. Okay, it says re-roll the dice. So roll again. Okay, we've got a 0 and a 7. Now the 0 means that we're going to have a random event. And I rolled a 7. Okay, that's friendly fire. The British win the initiative. The British mistake a Portuguese unit for a French unit. The French player chooses a Portuguese stack and executes a fire attack against it with a fire strength of 4. No modifiers are applied to the fire strength. If no Portuguese units are on the map, ignore this event. Okay, so we do have some Portuguese units. And they are right here. We've got right here where Trent's at. So they're in a square, but we don't use any modifiers, so it's just a strength of 4. Okay. We rolled a 10, which is not going to be in effect. Okay, so they escape. Okay. Now the French are going to end up with 2, and the British, of course, 10. But because of the random event, we know that the British get to go first. So that's going to be 10 to 2. The French will get, let's see, 0 orders. And the British will get 2. So let's remove these. Just already removed the other attack ones. And okay, now since the French don't have any orders to apply, they have to get theirs through initiative. Then we need to decide what we're going to do here. So one order has to go with heal. And the British are going to want to go first because they've got to try to fill some spots. So heal's going to get an attack order. And then the other one is going to be Feign. Feign is sitting right here. And he's got, let's see, what, maybe this isn't his guy here. Yep. He's got a unit here that he wants to use to attack here. He wants to push these guys back. So he's going to want to get this guy over here. And so Feign will have attack orders. All right, so now we go to the orders initiative phase. And the British only have one leader. And I'm not for sure if he's even still on the, I guess he is. That guy, what's this unit? Yeah. I guess he was routing. Okay. Yeah, right here. Ackland can attempt to get an order. So there he is. He's got to get less than a 3. I rolled a 6, so he's not going to get one. Okay. Now we're going to go around and see if we can get some orders here for some of the French. We're going to start over here on this flank over here. Basson has gone back there. So these guys are have to go on their, well, of course they can't. Okay, so they're not going to be able to get orders. So we'll have to go to Charlot. He'll have to get a 0, which I could give him who knows. Okay, I will. I'm able to use Hanot's command initiative, which is a 2. Look here. Here he is right here. He has a 2. And so we can give that twice to assist with trying to get orders. And so we're going to give that to Charlot. So he has a 3 now, which means he's got to get a less than a 3. I got a 5, so he doesn't. He failed. Okay. Now we go to Kellerman. Kellerman, less than a 3. I rolled a 5, so of course he doesn't get any orders. All right. Let's go over here to Delaborte. He's got a 3. Rolled an 8, so no, he doesn't get any. I can try Hunot. He's got to get less than a 2. Nope, 5. Let's see here. Um, we got Weiss. But we're going to use Slam, Slam over here, and add who knows CIM to that. So again, less than a 3. Rolled a 9. So okay, the French will be without orders, which means they won't be able to assault. And in order to move into an adjacent frontal hex, they have to pass a morale check. So there that is. Okay. Let's pull back again. And we've got the first player turn, which is the British. And we have the recovery segment. And we're going to start over on this side with our rolls for recovery. Start right there. So this unit is not able to roll because they are in the front zone of a French unit right here. Now this unit here is not in a, well, yeah, they are. Okay, so we're going to have to move on over to this unit. Okay, so they're shaking. $58. Okay, so they're going to pass. So they go to disordered. Let's go back here to this one back there that's broken. Okay. Minus 15. 30. We're going to go to route. And move back 3. 1, 2, 3. Back to there. Okay. We got this broken one right here. minus 15. 16. So they route. They go back to there. Check here. Just wanted to check here about the rallying. So 8-2. Yeah, a unit in an enemy zone of control is not allowed to make a rally check. Okay, that's what I thought. So, this unit here is not able to check. This unit's not able to check. These two are not, but this unit back here can. So, this is the one we're going to check. They're disordered. So minus 5. I rolled a 70, so they passed. So they recover. And then we move to the then we move to this one here. They're shaken. An 11. Let's see here. Units in disorder or shaken morale states that fail remain in their current state. Okay. So they just stay shaken. Here we go to this unit there. Minus 10. 34, so they didn't pass. I'm going to check this unit back here that's out of command. What is it? Okay, I got to check this one. This unit here. 30, 43. I think they're going to pass. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, they're out of command. How did that get? How did all those SCD units get so far away from Fane? These two guys are going to be out of command as well. Okay. Okay. This unit is in a zone of control. Now these two units that are back here that are broken, Bathurst is with this unit. That's minus 15 plus 4 is going to be minus 11. 67. Okay, so they're going to pass. They become shaken now. Then this one here. Minus 15. Rolled a 17, so they're going to route. 1, 2, 3. And I guess since they went over that obstacle there, they'd have to roll again, which is going to be a minus 10. So now they're at minus 30. Let's see. Let's see if I can. All right, let's see what it says here. Move disorder check events. Now that's just to see if they disorder. So they wouldn't roll. Okay. All right. They're already past disorder, so we're not rolling. All right. Then we move to this shaken unit right here. No, I already rolled for that one. This disordered unit here. Minus 5. 98, so they're going to pass. We go to the routed unit here, minus 20. 45 becomes 25. So they, because they're already routed, they become eliminated. So this unit here was already taken a step loss. Part of the 71st. 171st. Okay, we have this unit here, 65, so they recover. And then we have this unit, -5, 93, they passed. And let's see, why are they out of, okay. Well, here's their leader. They're not out of command now. Okay, so that takes care of that. We don't have any cavalry for the British. So then we go to the artillery resupply phase. All right, and we have a few artillery units that are wanting to, let's see, I thought we had some. Yeah, right here where Wellesley's at, we got that low ammo. I got to get a 8 or 9. I got an 8, so they have recovered. This Wellesley's right there with them. Okay. Then we've got this low ammo right there. No, there's still ammo low. I think that's it. Okay. All right, then we go to the fire segment. So let's start over here to see if we've got any firing over here on this flank. We don't have any artillery, but we do have this SED unit who can fire out to 3 hexes. 1, 2, 3. So this unit firing at this unit here, which is cavalry. Okay, they've got a strength of 2. Cavalry is a +1. So we're sitting at 3. I rolled an 11, so that was no effect. Okay. we have this unit here, firing at this unit here. Oh no, they've got their back turned for some reason, so they can't fire. This unit can fire. It's got a skirmisher. So one firing at they're not in their flank. To be in their flank, they'd have to be firing through this hex. Unit and column has 3 front hexes, so they're in their front hex. So the target is in column, but they do have skirmishers. So it's just going to be a strength of 1. 45 is not enough. Okay. Here, this is skirmisher. He's going to fire at, can only fire 2. We could fire to here. That's an SED unit. So it's going to be -2. Basically, it's going to be a 0. 29, no effect. This unit, skirmisher again, firing there, firing with a strength of 0. Ooh, 88. That's a morale check. And the French passed. They rolled a 54. Okay. This unit here is going to fire here at this unit. So they've got a skirmisher, but they are in column. So it's going to be a strength of 1. 43, no effect. Okay, now this SED unit here, okay, with a strength of 3. And we fire out to 3. 1, 2, 3. They're going to fire here. Firing at that artillery, well, it's only a -1. They're going to fire here into that artillery unit. So they're going to have a strength of 2. 32 is no effect. Okay. And then this one here is just firing straight ahead, strength of 3. Skirmisher. But the target's in column, so it's going to be a strength of 3. 32 morale check. Frank rolled a 99, so nothing going there. And then this unit here that's disordered, they've got a skirmisher. So that's 1. This unit has a skirmisher. They're in column. That's going to be firing on that one. Strength of 1. 20, let's see, 57. No effect. And then we have this SED unit here. Strength of 3, but they're disordered, firing here, and that unit doesn't have a skirmisher. So they're going to have a strength of 3. Let's see. Well, the target is in scrub, so that's going to be -1. So it'll be a strength of 2. 5, no effect. And then we have this artillery unit here. It's got low ammo. Really can't fire on those guys or these guys, but could fire at Kellerman here. So strength of 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Effective range. Kellerman, they're in column. Plus, there's a strength. There's 12 there. So that's going to be a +3. Jeez. So now they're at 5 +1 for being in column. So 6, strength of 6. 37. This is going to be a morale check. Frank's rolled a 78, so they passed. That was a missed opportunity there. And they become out of ammo because of their low roll. So they're out. All right. Now these guys are facing this way, so they can fire. This guy's. They can fire here. He's got skirmishers. +1 for being in column, so it's going to be a strength of 1. 40, no effect. And this guy here, he's out of range. Doesn't have anybody he can fire on. This artillery unit can turn and now blast away at this guy. Oh yeah. Okay, so, well, wait a minute. Yeah, because he's in that. He's in this hex here. So we can put this down like so, and it shows that he's in the range. Okay. All right, so that's a range of 2. Got a strength of 2. That's going to be canister. Canister is +3, so now we're at 5. They're in column, so that's a strength of 6. $77. It's going to be a morale check -10. Okay, they got -5, so that's -15. They rolled a 23, so they failed. So they become shaken. And they move back right, so now here, we've got several things. All right, so this unit that's shaken, we've got two units here. They're both SEDs. Okay, strength of 2, firing here in unit and column. So that's strength of 3, 75. Morale minus 10. Minus 10 because they're shaken. They rolled a 40. That's 24. They're already shaken, so they're going to be broken. And either way, they're going to have to cross the front hex zone of enemy zone of control on their retreat. So they're going to lose a step, I believe. Pretty sure you maybe they just get to fire on you. All right, so they've got to move here. This unit has to move to here. And as they're moving, this unit here gets to fire on them. This SED unit, 32, 3, 4, okay, 32 with 4, that's a morale check. And they're already at 15, minus 15. Okay, so they passed. Okay, but then when they leave this spot, this unit gets to fire on them. Got a strength of 5, -1 for being disordered, so strength of 4. I'll be firing into their flank. That's +2, so that's like 6. 53. Morale check -10, so they're at -25. Okay, so they become routed. 3. All right. All right, so now we pull back and we look to see if the French have any artillery that can fire. A lot of their artillery is low ammo or out of ammo. This is low ammo. So they will fire right here. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. And they're not in any scrub. Okay. So they have, let's see, fire strength of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to be at effective range. -79. Morale check -10. 56 becomes 46, so they're okay. All right. And of course he rolled high enough, he's not out of ammo. Next, got this disordered unit here. Let's see here. Yeah, they can fire at those guys. Okay. So, firing right here. He's in scrubs, so that's going to be -10. So he's, or -1. And he's got skirmishers. That's -2. So he's going to be firing at, say, at strength of 0. That's 56. No effect. Okay. Okay, we've got this artillery unit here that's disordered. No. Is it this? I guess it's the artillery unit disordered. I guess they're just going to fire at this SAD unit. We're going to end up having a 0. Okay, a 94. Okay, that's going to be morale check minus 10. They passed. Okay. Okay, so that's all of the French artillery. Well, we can pull back. And we're going to have movement. So the attack order phase, command status phase, and movement. So we've got attack there and attack over there. So if we start over here, Hill has to turn his attention to his units that are in here. That's not his. So this unit here is going to get a skirmisher. And move 1, 2, let's see, and he'll turn like that. Can actually move up onto this. Yeah. He'll go ahead and move up. 1, let's see, 1, 2, 3. You don't have to worry about that, the horse doing anything. So he can go to right there. This unit here will turn. Get a skirmisher. One, 2, 3. He'll stay right there. That guy there, this guy here is He's out of command. We don't have enough of those out of command markers. Yeah. But he's out of command. This guy here is going to move to here. And throw out a skirmisher. Oops. Hill's going to turn here. That unit will have a skirmisher. This unit will have a skirmisher. He'll turn like that. Okay. This square is going to move back to here. This SED that is he'll just stay there. Alright, let's pull back. I'll just start moving people here. Did I need to move? Let's see. He'll put up a skirmisher. These guys need to get over here where Fane's at. Okay, now this artillery unit. I guess that's Heel's artillery unit. Okay. I don't think you can cross that stream. Yeah, I can't cross that stream. You'd have to come up here and cross. So, being out of command, can move 4. Now we can move 3. Move up that road. So 1, 2, 3, it goes to there. Okay. Bathurst. This is Ferguson's. They're going to move back over this way. Skirmisher. Put a skirmisher with them. Gonna move to there. Wellesley. It's going to move back here where this routed unit's at. Okay, and then this unit is going to move up to here. He'll be able to unlimber. Okay. All right, so this guy's going to turn. He'll go 1, and then 2 right there. No. In order for to do that, he's going to have to roll. So he's here. Now he's got to roll to see if he can move into that. So 35. Roll to 55. So yes, he could move in there. He moves to there. Okay, this artillery unit moves back. See this guy here. I think it's got attack. This artillery unit just moves to there. He can actually just prolong, but he'll have to unlimber. Let's see here. This guy here. They crossed that bridge, so you don't think it cost anything. but it says it's a hex set obstacle, so it's a +1. But nothing for an SED. But it'd have to be in road column to use it. So I have to use other. So that would be seven. So that's +3. That would be 4, 5, 6, 7. I'd have to roll for roll a 10. So he becomes disordered. Crawford. One, and then that's going to cost 4. So 4, yeah, 4. And he's in column 4. So that's 1. That's 5, 6. And he's got a roll. 71 he passed. Bring this guy up. This guy up. He can come here. There. 1, 2, 3. Four, 5, 6. Okay. And then we have Feign. Okay, so this guy's going to turn and go right there. This artillery unit's going to turn. One, 2, and then go right there. So he's going to go to there. He'll move up to there. Both of those need skirmishers now. This one, too. Well, no, I'll tell you what. Yeah. So he'll turn like this. This SED here. Just gonna move back over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But actually, it would just be 1, 2, 3, 4. And then Nightingale is gonna move up. Wait a minute, this is Valves. I want him over here. Nightingale's moving here. So 1, 2, and then 3. Get rid of that skirmisher, and he'll go with this artillery unit right here. And then these units have to come across this here. So that one goes there, rolls. 88, he passed. This one goes here, has to roll. -10, 61, he passed. All right. Okay, we don't have any assaults to conduct. So that'll be all of the British turn. Didn't have any reserve movement. No charges or assaults. The French didn't want to do any of that. They could have done something here, but they can just rely on their firepower. Against those units. So at the present time, Wellesley's been able to reinforce his lines. So being able to go first this turn, the British were able to move in and solidify their lines. They still have a few weaknesses, but they've got some strengths now. So they don't have any gaps in their line. All right, so that'll be it for this this video. I'm going to stop there and we'll pick up right there where we left off with the French turn phase, which the French don't have any orders, so they're not going to be able to assault. All they're going to be able to do is get in position to prepare to assault. And one of the main focuses will be Kellerman. He's got some strong units. Those are grenadiers. So They're going to be looking to find a weak area and try to exploit it. That, and then the cavalry on the far right will be looking to regroup and prepare for some future charges. All right, so that's all for the noon turn for the British.